you may know, I don't know how closely you follow my Twitter or whatever, but I've been pretty critical of these guys, Joel Webbin, Eric Kahn, the Ogden guys in Ogden, Utah, and to a lesser extent, the Moscow people, Doug Wilson, all that sort of thing. Douglas Wilson, who in the end has, I think, kind of distanced himself somewhat from the Ogden guys, but he is, Doug is probably, I'm going to assume, pushing 80. He's probably in his 70s by now. And I just feel like there's probably a lot of vying to occupy his place in the kind of neo-reformed space. And it's almost like these guys are caught up in a game of who can be the most outrageous and who can say the sort of craziest thing, trying to vie for what they think will be the leadership vacuum in that space. Yeah, so I don't, and all of those guys I'm sure would identify as Christian nationalists. There may be more subtle and intellectual defenders of Christian nationalism I'm less familiar with, but I have been, just very openly critical of what I often just refer to these guys as the Theo bros, right? Because they kind of have this approach to theology that is kind of social media geared. It's not really serious theology in any way. And it's really geared for the Twitter bros and, throwing kind of red meat to them to get a response. But I don't like that at all. And also I think as I've become more and more kind of in my daily sort of thought life concerned with questions of the individual heart and its development and the development of the soul and the questions of healing, all of those questions just seem boring to me.